As Anita Among faces corruption allegations and investigations, we must remember that different MPs from the opposition and those from within the NRM used to come out and call her out about those being. I remember one of the vocal people was Theodore SSEKIKUBO. Even moved a motion which was supposed to be sent on by the members of parliament so that they can debate on a parliamentary commission. And every time he used to come out, Anita Among used to influence so that they can be shut down. In fact, here is SSEKIKUBO trying to make a statement.
A speaker of an institution, the third arm. So I think, Right Honorable Speaker, when issues of corruption arise, why don't we get the opportunity to discuss them and for government to handle the same to its full conclusion? This is the problem. We are stuck. We cannot even present our voices to be heard well because the issue of the iron sheets was greatly mismanaged. It was greatly mismanaged. The Rugorobis, the Chitutu, the Nandutus were those arraigned before court. And to me, having cabinet ministers and ministers attending court, then in the afternoon they go to attend cabinet, what indicators are we giving to the international community? So for me, on the question of homosexuality, I want us to disaggregate it. That one we all stand together. But on the question of corruption, honorable members, I beg your indulgence, that we must tackle it. We can't let it go. The other day we had an opportunity to look at ourselves as parliament. When the issue of the handshake, the service awards came, Right Honorable Speaker, I've never given us the opportunity to debate it. Despite my constant standing here, can we have a look at ourselves? Or must we hide ourselves now in the same cloak? For me, I'm not part of that. If the UK is sanctioning and targeting the corrupt of this country, it's because we as a country have failed. We have let down the people of Uganda. Where everybody knew, some ministers said that the anarchists came through their windows to their compounds and they were let scot-free. The unfortunate ones, the three, were arraigned before court, and others are continuing to occupy the front bench. And the president made a very simple premise: I'm going to follow them. I'm going to follow them. Where is the following we were talking about? So to me, honorable members, Right Honorable Speaker, you better seize the opportunity. Seize the opportunity and say no to corruption. Lead the way so that as a country we can stand by you. But when this institution is full of loopholes, the allegations of corruption, the service awards abound, and we cannot debate them, we cannot discuss them, what should we do? It is only seeming that now the foreign countries are the ones doing the job we are supposed to do. So I don't want members to hide about sovereignty of the country.
That is SSEKIKUBO. So I keep on telling people that whenever something happens, there are warnings. There was blatant abuse of power in the parliamentary commission. And here is what Anita Among told him.
They cannot search.
Yes.
Honorable government, you respond on the issues of the handsheets. But I'm telling you, the foreign country cannot, we're a sovereign country. I mean, UK cannot come and run our country. They cannot.
Thanks for the guidance, Right Honorable Speaker.
We are going to handle the issue of the corruption, that is okay. Perceived corruption. You know, somebody should be proved that, like the ministers who are in the court. There are so many people about how many, Honorable Bua, do you want to say something?
Before you can come up, let us be open. I'm really making my humble and honest call to you, Right Honorable Speaker. Let us start with ourselves. We cannot continue hiding. We are condemning other foreign countries when we have let down this country.
The other day they said you are corrupt to pass the RAPEX bills. Were you corrupt? Were you bribed? Who was bribed in this house?
Right, Honorable Speaker, there
No,
was
I'm not asking you, Sechi.
Yes.
I'm asking members who was bribed in this house.
Right, Honorable Speaker. You see,
You know, Sechi, people will say whatever they will want to say, but what matters is, have you proved what it is? Have you proved?
You say information, my brother. You know, colleagues, it is very important that we look at international relations and
That is Anita Among. I normally tell people that whenever everything is going to happen, there are signs that's happened. There was total abuse of power and office. There was a lot of corruption in parliamentary commission. I personally believe that the Rolls-Royce is not the one that made this super investigation. Anita Among used to abuse power bluntly. General Kaguta Museveni normally gives a second chance when people abuse power and the public doesn't get to know. But for Anita Among, it was so glaring to an extent that it was making a bad appear on General Kaguta Museveni, and he went ahead to do the investigation. The same happened to the leader of opposition, Joel Sonyo. Joel Sonyo also came out once, talked about the corruption in parliament, and he was shut down by Anita Among. In fact, even Joel Sonyo said this statement.
Honorable Speaker, in the last about 3 weeks, the people of Uganda have been raising several questions about this people-centered parliament. Questions about how we use or even misuse the people's taxpayer money. Questions to do with accountability by this House. Questions to do with recruitment, etc., etc. And the people have been raising these issues on various fora. There has been deafening silence from this institution, Right Honorable Speaker, regarding the issues which are raised by the people. And like we are saying, we are a people-centered parliament. I've seen the spokesperson of parliament a few times on some radio stations and TV stations, confirming some, saying some are partially correct, some saying some of these allegations are exaggerated. But Honorable Speaker, to date, this institution, which is a people-centered parliament, has not come out comprehensively, unequivocally, to explain itself to the people, for which we are a people-centered parliament, to account to the people of Uganda.
Sit and I give you an answer. Honorable members, I will never, and I'm saying, never give you an answer on hearsay, on rumor mongering. And we are not going to run this house on rumor mongering. I just saw yesterday where they said Honorable Okini Pipi was dealing on cocaine. Okini Pipi is here. Which cocaine is the guy dealing on? Me to answer you on hearsay, on things that you have cooked on the social media, because I have said no to bum shafting. I will not. Next item.
That is Joel Sonyo. So we clearly see that the Parliamentary Commission has had a history of corruption, coupled with the bad administration of Parliament. If you've been my ardent follower, I used to come out and say that Anita Among is the worst speaker to ever be in the August House when it comes to how he presides over the House. He used to look down on members of Parliament. He used to dismiss them, members of Parliament. She used not to give a platform to different members to speak. And if you've been seeing my videos, I always came out to complain about that. The only problem is that the people who are also fighting him are weaponizing corruption. Let nobody lie to you that the attack on Anita Among is about fighting corruption. They are doing the right thing, but weaponizing. It is the reason why everyone who previously opposed their PLU member, even those within the NRM, they are weaponizing corruption to fight them. So it's not a fight against corruption. It's streamlining power. I know it is the right thing to do against ANITA AMONG, to act as an example that when you hold such offices, and to make matters worse, the last bill, the sovereignty bill, was passed by ANITA AMONG. I know it can be weaponized on against her to say that he was getting things outside the country, like the car. Okay, it goes as a warning. Oh, I know that the law doesn't work backwards, but it can be weaponized by the NR regime, the same way how Edemoto is in prison by weaponizing the law. So all those who are in places of power should understand that you should do the right thing. Let no power enter your head, because this criminal regime can turn and use it against you. Of course, since my parent remains truly Mr. Makindi Kabi Sulaiman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.